Right now, results of the New Hampshire primary, the gap between Nikki Haley and Donald Trump this morning, and where their campaigns go from here.
Plus, the state of the state in the books, what Governor Evers is asking of Republicans in the legislature.
And we have another morning with some dense fog. Visibility is down less than a quarter of a mile for some. We have some showers today and more wet weather on the way tomorrow. More coming up.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Happy Wednesday. We're dealing with some more fog this morning.
Yes, we are. Milder temperatures that are just going to go up from here over the next week or so. Kelly Slifka is tracking it all in your First Warn weather. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning. We do have some dense fog across the area this morning. That's going to reduce visibilities down to a quarter of a mile at less at times. All of southern Wisconsin, this will get better after 9, 10 o'clock, and that's when we can expect some better conditions. But with temperatures hovering very close to freezing, some of this may freeze on the windshield, any exposed surface, maybe even the sidewalks this morning. So take it easy. Right now, a half-mile visibility at Madison, quarter in Janesville to Monroe, down to 3/4 of a mile in Watertown, and a half mile right now in the Dells. All of southern Wisconsin now under this dense fog advisory in effect until 10 o'clock in the Madison area, 9 o'clock as you go to the west of Dane County. Right at freezing in Madison, Monona at 32, Oregon 32, Marshall and Cambridge all at 32 as well. 33 right now in Middleton, so we're hovering right at freezing this morning. Haven't had too many issues yet, but that could change if we drop another degree or so. Right now, fairly quiet, not really seeing any kind of precipitation here. There has been some showers and even a little bit of freezing rain there towards Cedar Rapids, Iowa. That's that rain that we are expecting to move on in this morning, but we are expecting that dense fog. Possible patchy freezing drizzle this morning, kind of a messy rush hour again this morning with that thick fog. Keep those headlights on, even though the sun will be up here shortly. 37 expected today with the fog giving way to some scattered showers a little bit later on this morning. Not only rain today, but we have another system that may bring some rain and even a little bit of snow come later tomorrow. We'll talk about it coming up.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kelly. We appreciate it. Wisconsin lawmakers will reconvene today to potentially vote on new legislative maps that are not approved by the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Shane Hogan is here with the story behind these new maps. Shane, take it away.
Guys, good morning. Yeah, that's right. Republicans in the Assembly will consider a vote today on new maps before the Supreme Court can decide on that topic. The Republican-controlled Senate passed those maps just over an hour after unveiling them late last night. The body did not give the public or Democrats a chance to review them, however. The Senate says these maps are similar to ones Governor Evers proposed, with some changes so that less GOP incumbents need to face off each other in upcoming elections. Now, Republicans in the Assembly are saying Evers' maps could be better for the GOP than any other potential maps the state's liberal Supreme Court could potentially order. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says his chamber will vote on the governor's maps sometime today. The governor's office has not yet responded to these efforts. Legislators plan to reconvene at the state capitol later this morning at 10 a.m. Of course, we will have full coverage of that throughout the day.
All right, Shane Hogan on these developments. Thank you, Shane.
You got it.
This morning, we are breaking down Governor Evers' State of the State address from last night. Evers reiterated his call to use Wisconsin's $4 billion surplus to support the state's workforce by investing in child care. The governor criticized Republicans' child care plan, which includes easing child labor laws.
Folks, no isn't a workforce plan. Asking more kids to work in the workforce is not a workforce plan. Giving more big breaks to millionaires and billionaires is not a workforce plan. These are not serious proposals to address generational, statewide issues.
The governor also focused on reproductive rights. He made it clear yet again that he would veto any bills seeking to further restrict abortion. Evers also announced his plans to expand access to emergency contraception.
We're getting the Republican reaction to the governor's address. GOP lawmakers say many of the ideas the governor took credit for actually came from Republicans. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says his caucus has already addressed the workforce and child care issues. He points to a package of bills that passed in both chambers that swapped direct funding for child care with tax cuts and credits.
My biggest disappointment is that with a record surplus in the till, we didn't hear him mention a single thing about giving relief back to the average taxpayer. That's different from what Republicans offered today.
There, Voss is referencing sweeping tax cuts Republicans introduced yesterday, just before the governor's speech.
Those tax cuts are targeted toward Wisconsin parents and retirees. Those groups could get some money back if Evers approves the legislation. It comes weeks after Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu said that he was working to rearrange the state's tax brackets. Senate Majority Leader LeMahieu said that this was all in an attempt to get the governor on board. Evers previously vetoed GOP proposed cuts, saying they benefited the most wealthy Wisconsinites. Speaker Voss says the proposal would use half of the state's $4 billion surplus. A state estimate shows that half of Wisconsin parents could get between $700 and $800 back each year. If you're over 65 years old, the first $75,000 of your income wouldn't be taxed by the state. We'll have more details on these plans at our story on channel3000.com. It's available for free in your app store.
With about 90% of the votes counted, Donald Trump is the winner of New Hampshire's primary. Trump finished with almost 55% of the votes, winning 11 of the state's 19 delegates. Nikki Haley finished with 43% and 8 delegates. In his victory speech, the former president targeted Haley and the governor of New Hampshire, who had endorsed her.
The governor said, she's going to win, she's going to win, she's going to win. Then she failed badly.
Donald Trump, you have one bout of chaos after another. This court case, that controversy, this tweet, that senior moment. You can't fix Joe Biden's chaos with Republican chaos.
Right now, Haley's campaign is setting its sights on her home state of South Carolina. That primary happens in exactly a month on February 24th.
President Biden won the Democratic primary, although he wasn't on the ballot. New Hampshire Democrats staged a write-in campaign after the party changed the first primary to South Carolina. New Hampshire decided to go ahead with this primary anyway. The symbolic win doesn't win Biden any delegates. The official first Democratic primary is on February 3rd.
This week, we're asking for your help for our community baby shower. News 3 Now is teaming up with Babies and Beyond to get the essentials to new parents in need. You can drop off your donations at Babies and Beyond on the east side along Stoughton Road from 9 until 6 all week long. You can also drop them off here at the station. All the details are up on channel3000.com.
You know what? My school is doing a diaper drive, so I can do some double duty. You could get some diapers and donate to this cause and to the school's cause.
We're looking for a couple of specific things. We're looking for diapers in the larger sizes, plus newborn sizes. We're looking for wipes. They're particularly short on those. Pull-ups and baby formula. That's really expensive for new parents.
Right, so let's help them out. Help some folks out.
6:07. Let's check in with Kelly and your firstborn weather. Hey there, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning. Another morning with some fog across the area. It's been fairly thick. We'll see when this will dissipate and see when we can expect some more rain showers coming up in the firstborn forecast.
And the Bucs' first-year head coach is out. Coming up in sports, who the team has their eye on taking over.
On teams, they gotta know it.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Brought to you by Toyota.
Dear winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 2.99% APR financing for 60 months on a tough 2023 Toyota Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too.
And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other.
That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
the robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward. Ingenious.
Sardine fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO. They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
Try it this new year for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Spas, spas, spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Your time is 6:11. It is Restaurant Week in the 608. Got a lot of new names on the list this year. It's the longest it's been in years.
Oh, yeah. Josh Breider is live in downtown Madison at one of the newest places. Josh, can't wait to hear about it.
Good morning, guys. So we've been talking about Draper Brothers Chop House all morning. They're one of the newest participants here for Restaurant Week, and there is some rich history dating back to the late 1800s with this building here on the corner of Hamilton and Pinckney Street. This used to be an old meat shop. This is the Draper Brothers themselves. Look at that picture that they have preserved, and now we're going into their upstairs area, which they completely renovated. There are still some history preserved, though. Look at that limestone. That is original, but then they blew out the upstairs, creating this wonderful dining room, and that's where Jack Sosnowski meets us this morning, one of the owners. Jack, good morning to you.
It's Restaurant Week.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you guys are busy, and how exciting. You guys are just a couple of months in here at Draper Brothers, and how are things so far?
Great, great. We opened November 20th. We're in one of the oldest, most landmark here down in Madison. It was originally housing, as you talked about before, the Draper Brothers Chop House. I'm sorry, Draper Brothers Butcher Shop, now Draper Brothers Chop House. This room up here was never utilized at the previous restaurant, so we're very excited to feature this great dining room upstairs here, and would love you guys to come down for Restaurant Week. Check it out.
So you have plenty of seating now, and what I love about this is, you know, there's plenty of new, but you guys really tried to preserve a lot of that rich history.
Absolutely. So again, this is one of the oldest buildings downtown. 1867 is actually this was finished before the dome of the Capitol was actually finished. So
wow,
this is actually a lot of great history here. And really pleased to be a part of the Draper, family tradition and bringing it here in Madison.
So one of the things I want you to talk about are the things you have up on the wall. You have some letters that are, something that you wanted to preserve.
Absolutely. So one of the last remaining Drapers in town, Margaret, was actually able to give us some of her family heirlooms, and these are the original letters that came that they sent back to London from Madison here, and they actually have the address here at 101 North Hamilton. And it's if you read the letters, they're kind of cool. They're talking about how we just opened the butcher shop in Madison, and it's freezing in Wisconsin. We need new shoes. We hope business picks up. So it's really, very cool to see.
Then it's all about location, location, location. I mean, we're sitting right there, the Capitol. A little eerie this morning with the fog.
Yeah, a little bit, but it can't beat the $1 million view. So
I love it. All right, so you got a couple of your signature cocktails out here, some wine. Talk about what's on the table here.
Absolutely. So we have the Margaret Draper Old Fashioned. This is our signature Old Fashioned, named after Margaret herself. The Luxardo Maraschino cherries. Orange, we use 4 roses, and it's a great cocktail. It's very popular before dinner. So
I'm sure it is.
For Restaurant Week. And we have one of the largest wine lists here in Madison, so about 120 SKUs. Favorite here's the Jordan Chardonnay. We also have the Goldschmidt Cabernet that goes great with steaks, which we'll be trying a little bit later.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I mean, that's what you guys are all about, is truly the atmosphere, but the food.
Absolutely. It's all about the scratch cooking, all about locally sourcing. We use the Stockyards out of Chicago as our meat purveyor, a great partner of ours. So food's excellent. It speaks for itself.
Wonderful. Well, Jack, we appreciate the tour, and coming up here in our next half hour, we're going to get a little taste of what you can expect on the Restaurant Week menu. So guys, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Josh Breider, talk to you soon.
6:15. Kelly Slipka's here with your first warn weather. How it's going to be looking out there if we head out to restaurant week.
Yeah, well, it's foggy today, but going through the rest of the week into much of next week, we're talking about some very mild temperatures, and looks like we'll be melting a lot of the snow. We just have to get through some of this fog right now. You can't even see the Capitol from Edgewater, at least from our sky cam. Visibility at a half mile in Madison, 3/4 of a mile in Watertown, down to a 1/4 of a mile in Janesville and Monroe. So either way, if you're traveling across southern Wisconsin, just take it easy. Allow a lot of extra distance between you and the person in front of you, because with visibilities down less than a 1/4 of a mile, sometimes it's hard to even see the person in front of you. All right, so the visibility should start to improve between 9, 10 o'clock, I think, for most areas. And I think by this afternoon, as we have some rain showers come in, that will actually take the moisture out of the air, and the visibilities will get better, but it will obviously be a little bit wetter today. All right, we do have the first warn alert day because of the fog. A little bit of freezing fog and drizzle this morning. Right now, I'm not seeing an issue, at least here on the southwest side, but that still has a potential of becoming an issue over the next hour to 2 hours. So we've got this system passing to our south. We're on the northern fringe of it. Not enough cold air to really get any snow out of it. It's just warm enough to produce some of that rain, but surface temperatures near freezing this morning. So we'll get a break later tonight. Tomorrow, though, as we get into the afternoon, especially another system coming in from the south, another system that's going to be warm enough for mainly rain. But as we get into tomorrow night, as some colder air works in on the backside of it, could see some of that change over to some snow, maybe a light accumulation. That will probably be our last snow of the month. Of course, it's been a very snowy month. Yesterday, we picked up just over an inch. So far, we've had 22.8 inches, considering our average right now is about 9.5, and we are at a surplus of, according to our seasonal averages, we've had over 30 inches, our average about 25.4. But we're going to be melting a lot of the snow with these mild temperatures. Watching our future tracks, some showers starting to spread in this morning. They'll be scattered. Noticing some pink showing up. Possibility of some scattered freezing light rain this morning. Temperatures in the mid-30s here at the noon hour, so it'll be mainly rain showers. And a lot of this will start to move on out as we get toward the rush hour, so mainly just cloudy, kind of sloppy with the snow melt, kind of slushy. Now, this is tomorrow morning. Looking at some scattered showers in the morning, nothing real widespread. It really won't be until the later afternoon hours, say 2, 3 o'clock. More widespread rains expected. Then a pretty solid area of green across all of southern Wisconsin, mainly rain right through the evening hours. But as we get toward later tomorrow night, after midnight, toward the early morning hours tomorrow, could see a little bit of some snow. Right now we're at 32. That's pretty common across all of southern Wisconsin. 34 in Janesville. Probably not going to see the freezing rain down there, or freezing drizzle. Alert date because of the freezing drizzle this morning, the fog. Another chance of rain tomorrow, then that snow tomorrow night should taper off by Friday morning. Then just cloudy this weekend, but mild 40s expected next week.
Life on the road in the Big Ten is not easy. Just look at Wisconsin's last game away from the Kohl Center. Then you factor in that this is the border battle. Well, the stakes and intensity go way, way up. Badgers have won 6 straight over the Gophers. Lucky number 7 wasn't so easy. Second half, Bucky up 1. Tyler Wall working hard down low in the paint. He scored 12 of his team-high 16 points in the second half. Now, Minnesota, though, wouldn't go away. They're up 2 with under 2 minutes to play. Max Klesmit gets a little defensive. He comes up with the steal and then finds A.J. Storr, and he does the rest to the tune of a two-handed slamma-jamma. That ties the game up at 57. Storr finished with 15 and 12. Badgers would make their free throws to take a 2-point lead with 2 seconds left. Gophers get a good look at one to send it to overtime, but the ball don't lie. Wisconsin survives to make it 16 of the last 18 over Minnesota with a 61-59 win.
So to be able to, again, give up a lead on the road, claw back, withstand the full-throatedness of this place and the fans, and come back and find a way to win. That's you have to be able to win games when maybe you're not at your best. I think as you go through a season, just because the season's too long. So find different ways to win and find a way to get it done. And that just tells you the fortitude and grit that this group has internally.
After 43 games, the Bucks have fired Adrian Griffin. The first-year head coach led Milwaukee to 30 wins during his short stint. The Deer, who currently sit second in the Eastern Conference standings, have reached out to Doc Rivers to be the franchise's next head coach. High school girls hoops. Verona looking to stay undefeated, hosting Sun Prairie West. Wolves on the attack early. Mackenzie Hawk finds Sienna Froh, and she dials one up from deep to give Sun Prairie West a 5-point lead. Verona would respond. Taylor Stremlow to Reagan Briggs for 3 the old-fashioned way. She finished with 30, and then later it's Stremlow again. This time she puts the Wolves in a spin cycle for 2 of her 14. Wildcats move to 17-0 with a 75-34 win. The last time the Badger women's hockey team skated in Amsoil Arena, Wisconsin ended up making it a memorable weekend in Duluth when they knocked off Minnesota in overtime, and then Ohio State to win the program's 7th national championship. This time around, the trip is a little different. They're dropping the puck against 7th-ranked Duluth, so while it'll be fun to reminisce, they know there's work to be done.
Driving up there, especially the last hour, 30 minutes, like, you recognize where you're at, kind of, and you're like, oh, I think there'll be some chills, and especially when you pull up to the arena. Definitely good memories that flash back in our minds, and we're there for business, and we're there to sweep this weekend.
We all have a really special memory there, most of us, but I think when we get there, we kind of have to put that out of our mind, because what happened last year doesn't really have anything to do with this series.
And just a reminder to check out this week's Wisconsin Huddle with women's hockey stars Caroline Harvey and Lacey Eden. Programming note for this week, the show will run on Thursday, same time and same place, though, at 6:30 right here on News 3 Now. And that's it for morning sports. Have a great day.
Thanks, Zach. Oscar nominations are out. Coming up, we're talking about the buzz and the snubs.
Stay with us. News 3 Now this morning is back after this.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
The biggest mattress clearance event is on now at Ashley's Manufacturer Liquidation Sale. Shop Overstock and special purchase mattresses while they last. Or Sealy Queen mattress for as little as $9 a month. Only at Ashley.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Save over $1,400 for the first year. Call 855-231-7007. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line. Call 855-231-7007 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
Update your kitchen today with help from Menards. Delta faucets come in a wide variety of style options and finishes with features meant to make your life easier. Right now, pick up this classic pull-down faucet for only $139.99. Need cleaning supplies? Menards carries top brands like Dawn, Tide, and Bounty. Right now, receive a $10 mail-in rebate with a purchase of $40 or more on qualifying Procter & Gamble products. Save big money now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Cheers. Cheers. To your big promotion.
And to your new house.
I know. What? I guess you had to move fast in this market.
Right? Best thing I did was get a pre-approval from Summit. Once I knew my budget, I only looked at homes I could make a serious offer on.
And how's construction going on your place?
1 month left.
Must be stressful.
Actually, no. I'm working with Summit too, and they've been great about answering all my questions and guiding me along. It's been easy.
Whether you're building or buying a home, Summit Credit Union is here to help.
The biggest and best RV event in the Midwest is back. It's the Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale. See a huge selection of RVs and campgrounds under one roof. Meet Gilbert Brown, Gridiron Great. Tickets just $10 and kids are free. Seniors, you're welcome at half price on Friday. Enjoy the great outdoors at the Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale at the Alliant Energy Center Friday through Sunday, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
The biggest clearance event is happening now at Ashley's Manufacturer Liquidation Sale. Shop Overstock and special purchases with savings up to 75% store-wide. Plus, financing options with no money down. Only at Ashley.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at your morning. Okay, Chris, do you know what kind of bird this is?
Gwen helped us out. It's a flicker.
Flicker? I've never heard of that before.
Me either. Hold your applause.
Thanks, Kevin, for the nice close-up picture. Lovely looking bird. We appreciate it.
All right, Shane has a trending story today.
Talking about the Oscars.
Yeah, that's right. Oscar nominations are out. They came out yesterday, and we're taking a look at who's in the running for some of the show's biggest awards and some snubs. There are, of course, always some snubs. So, Best Picture nominees include Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and American Fiction. Best Actress in a Leading Role includes Emma Stone as the likely favorite, Lily Gladstone, Carey Mulligan, and notably missing Margot Robbie for her role as Barbie. And Barbie director Greta Gerwig also snubbed. Both of those causing some stir online, getting a lot of reaction from fans of the movie. Pretty interesting to not have them in there. Oppenheimer did lead with 13 total noms. Barbie got 8. Some Barbie actors and actresses were nominated, but not the leading lady, Margot Robbie.
Yeah. So the supporting actor and actress, both from Barbie, but not putting Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie in the nominations.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I read up on this morning. So the Academy, the directors portion of the Academy votes on this, and only a quarter of them are women. So for what it's worth.
Yeah, well, we'll see. The show's not until March, so I'm sure there'll be plenty of time to deliberate about these things. Right?
That's true.
Yeah, and kudos to Ryan Gosling for standing up for his colleagues there. He put out a statement saying there is no Barbie, or there is no Ken without Barbie, and the two women deserve to be in the nomination. We're back after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
We believe every baby deserves a healthy start. Yet many parents in our community are struggling to afford the basic necessities. You can help change that.
Please donate to the News 3 Now Community Baby Shower. Drop off infant care items at Babies and Beyond, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Visit channel3000.com for complete details. News 3 Now Community Baby Shower, sponsored by Viridian Homes and Dave Jones.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Find inspiration at the Build and Remodel Expo, sponsored by James Hardy. Meet local experts showcasing the latest innovations in home building and remodeling. Visit buildremodelexpo.com for details.
Interested in an electric vehicle? Bergstrom has the largest selection of electric vehicles and a team you can trust. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's #1 automotive retailer. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver gas, hybrid, or electric.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Pick and Save always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Pick and Save app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
More victims and their children are going to be dying at the hands of their abusers.
Budget cuts when they're already spread thin. This morning, domestic violence shelters are sounding the alarm.
Plus, new details on 2 suspects in a suspicious death in rural Wisconsin.
And let's take a look outside this morning at that fog. We're supposed to be able to see our state capitol in this shot. But it is thick out there this morning, Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, is that thing on? I tell you that visibility is down this morning. Some locations less than a quarter of a mile. It'll be thick throughout the morning hours. Can't rule out a little bit of freezing drizzle as well. We'll have more coming up.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Maybe if you look out your window, you're going to be able to see this. This is like soup out there.
Very soupy. That's the term, the technical meteorological term.
Yeah,
soupy.
You should ask us because we're weather folks. Kelly Slifka is keeping an eye on the forecast today. What's visibility at? Half a mile?
Well, the official term is pea soup, so there you go. Well, that's what we got this morning. Visibility is down to a quarter of a mile for some down to the south in Monroe and Janesville, half mile in Juneau, and also Madison up through the Dells, quarter mile in Mineral Point. So all of southern Wisconsin is actually extended a little bit further to the north and west than what we had yesterday. So due to the dense fog, temperatures hovering very close to freezing. That might see a little bit of freezing fog, even a little bit of freezing drizzle this morning. This will be right through the mid-morning hours, say 9, 10 o'clock. That looks like when we'll start to see some improvement with not only the fog, but also that freezing drizzle potential. Dense fog advisory basically from Madison areas to the east, to the west up until 9 o'clock. Either way, for the next several hours, we are expecting some of this thick fog. 32 right now in Madison. We've been hanging right there. We have not dropped a degree or so. If we did, we would probably see that fog freezing on some of the wind chills and also maybe even in the sidewalks, kind of like we saw yesterday. But so far, it hasn't been too bad yet. There is still that potential. We are watching some showers moving across Iowa, seeing a little bit of freezing precipitation moving towards Dubuque that may be affecting Grant County. So either way, we've got the dense fog this morning. There is a potential some of this freezing on the untreated roads, the exposed surfaces throughout the early morning hours. So keep those low beams on, even though the sun will be coming up here within the next half of an hour, because that fog will be fairly thick. It's mainly for people to see you. Looking at the bus stop forecast, watch out on some of those sidewalks for the kids this morning. Some of those untreated sidewalks might be a little bit slick. We have the fog this morning. More showers today. Another system will bring us some rain and even maybe some snow tomorrow. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Okay, Kelly, thank you. Now to an update on a murder in Juneau County.
Shane Hogan is here with the latest details in this case. It's disturbing, Shane.
Yeah, guys, good morning. This is a case we've been covering the last few days, and we now know the 2 suspects arrested have been charged in the murder of Floyd Burdick. 47-year-old Donald Dahlberg faces multiple charges, including first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating and hiding a corpse, and 10 counts of bail jumping. His cash bond has been set at $1 million. Also arrested in this case, 27-year-old Crystal Toomer. She's not facing a homicide charge, but was also charged with mutilating a corpse, arson of a property other than a building, and 2 counts of bail jumping. Burdick was found last Thursday morning on County Highway M at the Oak Ridge Trail parking area that's northeast of Camp Douglas and south of the town of Cutler. At the time of the discovery, authorities described his death as suspicious, and it has been since ruled homicide. Following this update here, Dahlberg is scheduled to make an initial appearance in court on January 31st, while Toomer is scheduled to appear a few weeks later in February.
Shane Hogan with those details. Thank you.
You got it.
Madison police are investigating a trailer theft from a parking lot last week. It happened behind St. Bernard's Catholic Church on Atwood Avenue last Thursday. The man who called them said he rented a parking space for his closed trailer. It's full of outdoor gear like expensive bicycles and paddle boards before it disappeared. Police have not made any arrests yet. They're asking anyone with information to call Madison Area Crime Stoppers. That phone number is up on your screen at 608-266-6014.
A man convicted of killing an 18-year-old now has his sentence. Online court records show a judge sentenced 29-year-old Akillo to 12 years behind bars. He pleaded guilty to killing LaRon Bynum last September on Madison's north side. Lowe struck a deal with prosecutors to plead guilty. In exchange, they dropped every charge but reckless homicide.
6:34 now. Now, federal funding for domestic and sexual abuse victim services taking a big hit this year. It's dropping by more than 70%. That leaves advocacy organizations scrambling to fill the funding gap. Braden Ross has the story on what these organizations are doing next.
Closing domestic violence shelters specifically will mean more victims and their children are going to be dying at the hands of their abusers.
It's a question those who work with domestic violence survivors grew tired of hearing a long time ago.
Why don't they leave? Well, because it's not that easy.
Baraboo nonprofit Hope House serves families from 5 different counties, providing services to make that transition even just a little bit easier. Their current shelter space can only hold 10 families at a time. Executive Director Lacey Bustina says those rooms are almost always full, a problem Dane County victim advocacy organization DAYS can relate to.
If a shelter closes in one part of the state, shelters like DAYS that remain open, we're going to see more and more victims who are desperately fleeing potentially homicidal situations coming to our organizations for support, and at times where we already have huge wait lists.
And it's not just immediate emergency shelter these organizations provide. They also give legal help, educate, and advocate.
We know statistically that for domestic violence victims, less than a quarter of them ever call law enforcement. So it's really community-based programs like DAYS and our sister organizations around the state who are really providing that service.
This year, Wisconsin's federal funding from the Victims of Crime Act will see a nearly 70% drop. That's money many organizations across the state rely on to stay open.
Where are we supposed to cut when there's not enough funding for what we're doing right now currently?
Now they're hoping the state legislature can help close that funding gap.
We have a record surplus here in the state of Wisconsin, and I think that the powers that be in the legislature have an awesome opportunity right now to really step up.
Now, Senate Bill 877 would increase state funding for victim services by $25 million over 2 years. It's getting a hearing at the Capitol this Thursday.
6:36 now. Abusive situations are now linked to health problems in children. A new study from NYU and Langone Health shows that abuse and substance use in the home will worsen children's heart health for the rest of their life. Researchers found their condition improved, though, when they were placed with loving, compassionate caregivers.
More local news. One of the world's most popular video games made in Middleton. The company behind it is making sure it stays that way. Raven Software has been making games for popular franchises for 34 years. That includes Call of Duty, Star Wars, and Marvel. Most major game studios are based in larger cities on the coasts, but these Wisconsin roots go deep at Raven.
When we sold Raven to Activision back in '97, we made it clear that we would not move from Wisconsin, and that they've honored that, so that's great.
Their co-founders making sure they can use this impressive portfolio to elevate game developers in the state. They currently run programs and internships that aim to keep Wisconsin talent in Wisconsin. The goal here, to keep area graduates in the state.
Love that. Try to keep that talent and grow those Wisconsin companies.
We're dealing
Very
with that
cool.
brain drain a lot here in Wisconsin.
Right.
It's a great way to keep some of the top minds in tech right here working on stuff like Call of Duty. Call of Duty.
Is it Call of Duty? Don't ask us.
Mario Brothers. That's all we got.
Let's go. Let's toss Red Turtle Shell over to Kelly Sluka. Hey, Kelly.
That would be Dig Dug. That would be Pac-Man. I mean, that's way back in the day. We do have the fog again this morning. It's gotten fairly thick, so make sure you allow a little extra time this morning. We are talking about some rain showers today, maybe a little bit of snow as we close out tomorrow night. We'll talk about that in the first morning forecast.
Plus, Restaurant Week well underway in the 608 this morning. Coming up, we are inside Draper Brothers Chop House, giving you a little taste of what they have on their menu.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward. Ingenious.
Sardine Fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO.
Are
record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Thursday at 10. Meet local moms on a mission to do something good.
We both really have a heart for helping people.
I'll show you how they're using social media savvy to inform and inspire others in stressful times. Thursday at 10.
Help St. Vincent de Paul and News 3 Now give neighbors in need a warm night's sleep. The last weekend in January, donate new or gently used blankets at St. Vinny's and local drop-off sites. Or give to the online blanket fund. Join us and recycle the warmth.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Meteorologist Kelly Slipka out on the patio. We've got the fog again this morning. We had a lot of snow melt yesterday. We're going to continue to melt that today and add some rain on top of that. So it's going to be pretty sloppy over the next couple of days and fairly mild as well. But we are looking at the fog. In fact, as we take a look at our Queen Bee radio sky cam over in Platteville, you can see the fog is thick there. As we go over toward Madison, the fog is thick here as well. Expecting a high of 37 today, so continuing to melt the snow 10 degrees above our average for this time of the year. Noticing that sunset now, just a minute before 5 o'clock. Yeah, it'll be nice when we get some sun because it is setting a little bit later. Visibility is down to a quarter of a mile in Janesville and Monroe Point, 3/4 of a mile in Lone Rock, quarter mile in Juneau, and a half mile right now in Madison up through the Dells. So thick fog up until about 9, 10 o'clock. It'll start to lift. And we'll also see some showers move on in. That should improve our visibility quite a bit as it takes some moisture out of the air. So visibilities will not be a problem this afternoon. We do have a first warning alert day because of the fog, and I did notice that some of it is freezing on some of the vehicles in our parking lot on the windshield. So make sure you allow us some time to scrape that off. Make sure you get it all off on the back window as well. That'll be through the mid-morning hours. Also, some showers expected to spread through the area through the morning hours. Temperatures should be above freezing by 8, 9 o'clock for all areas, so I don't expect it to be a problem after then. And then we're just looking at some scattered showers at the noon hour. All this should be moving on to the east, so we're not expecting a whole lot of rain today, but that may change going into tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, as we'll have yet another system move on in, and that'll bring us some rain tomorrow night, and eventually maybe a little bit of snow as it starts to taper off by Friday morning. After that, we're done with this active weather pattern that we've had this week. We're looking at dry weather through the weekend and much of next week. Well, it is a wintry scene in Lisbon. This must have been before we got all the snow over the last couple of weeks. Thanks, Nancy, for sending in that beautiful winter photo. I'd like to see your photos. Go to channel3000.com and you can submit your photo, and we'd like to show those on air. All right, tomorrow morning, may see a few showers passing through. Temperatures will be in the mid-30s, so I don't expect any kind of freezing precipitation tomorrow morning. But more importantly, more widespread rain is expected to move in during the afternoon hours, fairly widespread. You see all that green across all of southern Wisconsin as we head into the upper 30s. But as we get into the midnight hour or after the midnight hour, some of this may change over quickly to snow before ending. Could see some minor accumulation with that later tomorrow night. 32 right now in Madison, 32 in the Dells, 33 in Lone Rock, Janesville at 34. So we're hovering right near that freezing point. Mainly the elevated surfaces, the exposed surfaces may see a little bit of that fog and drizzle freezing on contact this morning. That's why we have the first warn alert day. Tomorrow, rain, then changing to some snow late after midnight tomorrow night. Should be done with by Friday morning. Then just kind of cloudy, but rather mild this weekend. Hopefully we get some sunshine next week. And if we do, melting the snow, temperatures could be into the low to mid 40s by the end of the week.
When are we going to see the sun again?
I'm hoping Monday. I mean, by then the sun will be setting after 5 o'clock, so that's good news.
Silver lining.
Yeah.
Thanks for trying to cheer me up, Kelly. 6:44, it's Restaurant Week, folks. In the 608, we're talking about a new name that's getting into the mix.
Very cool. Josh Breider's live in downtown Madison to show it off. Good morning, Josh.
We are having so much fun in the 608 today here at the Draper Brothers Chop House, giving you a look inside. And now we're finally going to get a taste about what they are all about here. We're going to start with Jack Sosnowski. Jack, thanks for having us in.
Good morning. Welcome to the kitchen. Here we go. All right.
What are you guys all about here at Draper Brothers?
So at the Draper Brothers, we're all about our prime beef from the stockyards of Chicago, as well as our in-house pasta program. We're going to have our executive chef, Chris, all the way from sunny Arizona, take over and talk about the features we're doing for Restaurant Week.
You know, we got the chef's window. Chris Lund is right behind us. Chef Chris, you know, you got a whole bunch of stuff out here for us today. Talk a little bit about what's on the menu.
First, we have our cacio e pepe. It's an old Roman pasta, just pepper and cheese. Here, we have a fresh pasta program that we make homemade pasta daily with an imported pasta sheeter from Italy. Then we have our baked brie appetizer with spicy soppressata and a smoked peach puree. Next, we have our Faro Island salmon Milanese with a romesco sauce, limoncello aioli, and broccolini. And then we have our 5-ounce petit filet, rosemary confit garlic mashed potatoes, cipollini onion, and chanterelle mushroom, and a red wine demi-glace. And we have a chocolate cremeux. And we have a French tartlet with lemon curd and vanilla chantilly.
Oh, that all looks amazing. So what is your favorite thing on the menu? Anything of your favorite, or is all good to you?
Rabbit bolognese is my favorite. It's unique to Italy. It's Midwestern, and I love it. So very delicate, very good.
You know, talk a little bit about your history with being a chef. You know, what has you cooking here, especially at Draper Brothers Chop House?
You know, moved from Scottsdale to start a family here in Madison, and got in contact with Jack, and we just really worked some, you know, magic into this restaurant.
Well, we appreciate your time here this morning. This all looks very delicious. Of course, they are one of the new restaurants here we've been talking about for Restaurant Week this week, one of 43 taking part. So if you were interested in coming out to Draper Brothers Chop House, now is the time to come give them a try. Again, those Restaurant Week specials are going all the way through Saturday, and you can learn more by going up to channel3000.com. Now's the time to try something new or visit those old favorites here, guys. And I tell you what, these smell pretty darn good today in the 608.
Looking good. Josh Breider, thank you very much.
Josh is always looking for inspiration to share with the folks at home. You can hit him up on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
Okay, it's 6:47. We're asking for your help this week for our community baby shower.
We're teaming up with Babies and Beyond to get the essentials to new parents in need. You can drop off your donations at Babies and Beyond on the east side on Stoughton Road from 9 to 6 all week long. You can also drop them off here at the News 3 Now studios on Raymond Road. You can find the details at channel3000.com.
Certain items are urgently needed. Take a look at your screen. We're looking for donations of certain sizes of diapers, specifically size 7, those bigger ones, along with newborn sizes, and pull-ups, baby wipes, and baby formula. You know how expensive formula can be for new parents. You can also donate monetarily or check out the Amazon wish list up on channel3000.com. That way you don't have to drop anything off. And when it comes to that money, a dollar goes a really long way for these nonprofits.
Always impressed how far they can stretch a dollar.
Yes.
So with all the ways you can donate, folks, and make a difference, there's really no excuse not to.
We will be live Friday morning talking about the difference that you are making, counting donations, and hoping to spur you for one final donation. It's coming up Friday morning. Just about 6:48, coming up in the morning sprint. The numbers are still coming in, but the winners are clear in the first presidential primary.
The morning sprint is next.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Can you achieve a brighter, whiter, more confident smile in just 5 minutes? Yes, you can, with Power Swab's teeth whitening. Let's meet our participants. They all have one thing in common. They want whiter teeth without the hassle and sensitivity caused by other whitening methods. Watch as they take the Power Swab's 5-minute challenge, transforming their smiles with just a few simple swipes. In just 5 minutes, they've uncovered a brighter, more confident smile, and so can you. With Power Swabs, you don't have to wait weeks or months to see results. It's fast, effective, and perfect for people on the go. Power Swabs deliver dramatic results in just 5 minutes a day. Step 1, scrub your teeth with the stain out swab to hydrate your enamel and lift stains from not only natural teeth, but also caps, crowns, and veneers. Step 2, use the ultra white swab to gently whiten teeth by 2 shades after the very first use and 6 shades in 7 days with 0 to minimal sensitivity. But don't just take our word for it. Listen to what real people had to say about their experience with Power Swabs.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
Power Swabs actually, I felt, really worked for me. I definitely had a couple of people telling me that there was a difference. My wife, for sure, was letting me know that the coffee stains were slowly coming out of my teeth. It made me happy. You know, it made me want to take pictures showing my teeth.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Are you ready to take the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge? Order now and start enjoying a brighter, whiter smile in minutes.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now for a special offer to receive 50% off. Now get ready to look years younger with Power Swabs.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! Huddle up! Do you need to get your eyes checked?
Well, actually, here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy!
Hut! Come on, Michael, you got this! Come on, turn! Michael, catch! I can see! You did it! I did it!
30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Update your kitchen today with help from Menards. Delta faucets come in a wide variety of style options and finishes with features meant to make your life easier. Right now, pick up this classic pull-down faucet for only $139.99. Need cleaning supplies? Menards carries top brands like Dawn, Tide, and Bounty. Right now, receive a $10 mail-in rebate with a purchase of $40 or more on qualifying Procter & Gamble products. Save big money now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Don't miss the Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale, Alliant Energy Center.
6:51, time for the morning sprint.
Donald Trump is the clear winner of the first Republican presidential primary. Votes are still being counted in New Hampshire, but Trump currently holds a double-digit lead over Nikki Haley. Haley didn't take the defeat lying down. She vowed to continue the fight and isn't dropping out of the race.
Inaction from state Republicans. That was a main focus of Governor Tony Evers' State of the State address last night. He criticized Republicans for trying to pass laws that would put more children to work and give breaks to the wealthiest of Wisconsinites. Governor Evers also offered some solutions which have been shot down by Republicans before.
The state assembly will discuss a new set of electoral maps today. Republicans in the assembly are bringing them forward. It's a last-ditch effort to try and use maps that fit with the Wisconsin Supreme Court's new rules before it institutes new ones. The state Senate passed the maps yesterday.
2 suspects are in custody following the death of 57-year-old Floyd Burdick. Juneau County authorities arrested Donald Dalver and Crystal Toomer. Dahlberg faces multiple charges, including first-degree intentional homicide. Toomer is not facing homicide charges, but is being charged with mutilating a corpse, among others.
The man involved in the shooting of an 18-year-old will be behind bars for the next 12 years. Online court records show 29-year-old Akil Lowe was sentenced to 12 years in prison yesterday. He pleaded guilty to the killing of Laren Bynum in September of last year. He'll also serve 13 years of extended supervision.
Madison police are searching for a stolen trailer. It was taken from a parking lot behind St. Bernard's Catholic Church on Atwood Avenue. It was full of expensive outdoor gear like bikes and paddle boards. So far, no arrests have been made, but anyone with information should call Crime Stoppers at 608-266-6014.
A New York jury found the man who shot a 20-year-old woman in his driveway guilty of murder. It happened last year when the vehicle Kaylin Gillis was riding in turned into the driveway of 66-year-old Kevin Monhan. He then shot Gillis with a shotgun. Sentencing is scheduled for March 1st.
The CEO of Boeing will be on Capitol Hill today to meet with lawmakers. The FAA is asking airlines to check door plugs on their MAX 737-9 planes. So far, the aircraft design seems okay, but a manufacturing error could be the problem. Tomorrow, Boeing will pause production at the plant that makes that model.
In Gaza, thousands are trying to get out of Han Yunis in the southern part of the area as the Israeli military says it's surrounding that city. Meanwhile, Israel is grieving the deaths of 24 soldiers killed in Gaza. That's the biggest single loss of life for troops there.
More than $1 billion from the Federal Department of Transportation is headed toward replacing the John A. Blatnick Bridge. That aging bridge is between Duluth and Superior. Governor Evers says it's a transformational opportunity to bring key infrastructure into the 21st century. President Biden heads to Superior tomorrow to campaign.
The site of Madison College's former downtown campus is one step closer to becoming a hotel. City Council approved construction of the 11-story building from Middleton developer NCG. The building will also include market-price housing, but if the developer applies for TIF funds, the City of Madison could encourage them to provide affordable units.
The Milwaukee Bucks have reached out to Doc Rivers to be the team's next head coach. The team fired Adrian Griffin in the middle of its first season. The team's in second place in the conference, 3.5 games behind Boston. Rivers has 25 years of head coaching experience and has won a championship with Boston in 2008. In the meantime, veteran assistant coach Joe Prutney will take over.
All right, 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, we do have some dense fog. Visibility is down close to 1/4 mile this morning. Might see some of this freezing on the windshield, some exposed surfaces this morning. Otherwise, it's going to remain mild for the rest of the week. Down to a 1/2 mile in visibility in Madison, 1/4 in Juneau, Janesville, and Monroe. 1/2 mile also right now in the Adele. So we're sitting at 32, right at freezing. So you might have to scrape that windshield this morning. We are expecting some scattered showers to move in this morning. That should take a lot of the moisture out of the air, so I think the fog will get much better as we go through the mid to late morning hours. And most of the showers will be coming through this morning into the early afternoon. So we are looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 30s today. Light winds keeping us cloudy throughout the day, even though the showers will come through this morning. Lesser chance going into the afternoon. Should be quiet tonight, but another round of some showers and a little bit more widespread rain expected tomorrow night. Some of that may change over to some snow later tomorrow night. Quieter weather by Friday into the weekend, maybe 40s next week.
Kelly, thank you very much. Stay with us, folks. Another news and weather update coming up in half an hour.